choices. But basically, I will give it a break so they can actually talk to you guys. So we basically, my friend and I, we downloaded this app called Hinge while we were in California, and because we wanted a two-man step. If you guys don't know what it is, kind of like a double date type thing, but we didn't really take anything seriously because we just wanted to meet new people, I guess, and also we can drive, so we wanted people to like take us around, and that was one of our goals, was to find people who would be able to drive us. So we were like a weekend, we got around using like public transport and just Uber and stuff like that. We were like, we want to meet people, like more people. So we downloaded Hinge, and I remember one evening, we found this guy. I matched this guy on Hinge, and I was like, pick us up, take us out, you know, bring a friend, or go somewhere. Then like 3 hours later, we go out, we do stuff, and we actually make like friends with these people and these friends, and we like hang out with them like the entire time of our trip pretty much, and it was really nice, and they introduced us like to their friends, and yeah, it was really fun and a massive adventure, right? But then my friend also matched with someone else. I don't actually know how we met these people. But it was towards the end of the trip. I met these two rich guys who came and pulled up, but they had like the nicest car. One of the guys had was like a slick bag, and they just came and opened the door, and I was like, oh, we weren't used to this without other friends. But somehow the vibe was so different, like it was a lot more awkward in the car. Like we didn't click straight away. I think it was because of how like maybe classy they are, and like we just weren't that. So we were in these people's cars, and the guy driving, blessing me, it was his car. He seemed like nervous and a little bit awkward. He was asking us like questions, and he was like, oh, also I forgot to say, but they messaged us and they were like, oh, we're going somewhere fancy, wear something nice, like wear something formal. Like they're taking us out to a fancy restaurant, like the first time that we're meeting them. Like that's not really normal. Like we would have been happy just to like hang out with them. So obviously we were like, we don't have it, but those restaurants where like they park it for you, the car. So anyway, then we went in, but we didn't have a reservation. And it's like, so they told us that we couldn't go, and the poor nervous guy, whose car it was, he didn't know what to say. So I was like, that's fine, like we can go somewhere else. And he was like, okay. But in my head I was like, of course, you can't just turn up at some super expensive fancy restaurant does a full-on dress code and expect to go with no reservation. And so, anyway, we went somewhere else around the corner. It was still really fancy, but this guy like gives off such mafia vibe, because like even though he was Hispanic and he wasn't Italian, but like just that he was very secretive. Like he'd go and answer like phone calls at random points, speaking in Spanish like randomly, and like he always seemed to know like the owner, or like he always seemed to know someone. Yeah, but it was strange. Like he wasn't like suspicious in any other way, but I was just like, and the fact that like we didn't actually know what they did for a job because they both worked together, but we didn't actually know. Like he said he has some family business type thing, but like I didn't really understand what it was. It could have been completely made up. Cause I was like, how do you get that much money? I don't know. And like anyway, we sat down and looked at the menu, and it was like $70 for a steak. Everything was so expensive. The cheapest thing on your menu was probably like $40, which is like £35 in the UK, and that is pretty expensive meal. Like without drinks, like it's just like the main course. And so we looked at the menu, and like my friend and I were opposite each other. Then they had the two guys opposite each other. And yeah, in my head I was like, we better not be paying for this, because you know, if you ask us out and take us to a fancy restaurant and just say we're going here, like it's not even, do you want to go here or where do you want to go? Because if you're saying, oh, we're gonna go here, then you can't expect us to pay that, because you don't even know whether we could afford that. So we look at each other, and that's why. And then the guy next to me, we'll call him, actually no, I don't want to name names, even fake names, because then I'll just get confused. The guy next to me, he goes, why don't you get this? And he points to the most expensive thing on the menu, which is like the $70 steak, and I'm like, I can't afford that. And he kind of gives me a weird look, or he looks at the guy weirdly, and I don't know, he does something weird, and I'm like, is that a red flag? Is that a red flag? And then it just slipped from the guy's hand because I had given, it wasn't in my hands, right? It wasn't in my hands with the menu. And then he had tried to like dry off and whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, like things can't get any worse. And then the food comes and I'm here with, I get the salt, and I go like that. No, I go like that, thinking it's one of those salt things, but the whole lid comes off and like all the salt comes out onto my food. So here I am, trying to pretend like nothing's happened because no one saw. And I was just like, and yeah, so I don't know, I just don't think first dates work at a restaurant, especially if you haven't had the icebreaker conversation yet. Like, I mean, obviously we spoke in the car, but I just don't think that it can work. I don't know. Either way, when you first meet someone, it's gonna be awkward, but with the guys that we met initially, like, it wasn't awkward at all. Like, our friends, like, it really wasn't. I'm trying to think which donut I want to have. I may just have another bit of this because I've got to share with my sister and I don't have a knife, so yeah, but what was I saying? Yeah, and then yeah, and when we carried on eating our food, like, it was still slightly awkward, like, just eating, you didn't know where to look. And like, I don't like eating and talking because I find that I get, ironic, isn't it? But I find that I get like food stuck in my teeth easily, so I didn't want to be eating, especially mine had like salad too. I didn't want to have like green stuff, so I avoided like trying to talk. Anyway, after the food, they were like, oh, do you want to get dessert? I was like, dessert? Like, in my head, I'm like, I swear got to the restroom, and that they had just probably covered the bill. Because when we went out, also, we just left straight away, and we were like, oh, that was nice. But we didn't know when to say thank you, like at that point. But whatever. Then I'm pretty sure we went to the beach. I think no. Oh, we went to the arcade. We went to the arcade, and the guy topped up like his card. He put loads of money on the card, and we just full on like stole the card. We didn't steal it, we just took it and ran off and did our own thing. And then so the night ended pretty well because then we sat at a bar and actually had like conversations. So I was sat with my guy, she was sat with his, and like I didn't get any like romantic feelings. There was no romance on my behalf. I just think, we had the conversation was good, like, but nothing more than that. And then we went home, and then we said thanks. They dropped us back. We were like, thanks for the food and all that. Like, we'll hang out again soon. And we only had like a week left in California, I think. So I think we hung out with them the next day as well. But we really, really wanted to go to San Diego. So of course they drove us to San Diego, but we brought our passports as well, because in our heads we were like, we want to go to Mexico. And this is where the story gets a little bit, we were like, we want to go to Mexico. And because, if you go to San Diego, it's like, may as well just go to Mexico. May as well. And this was the day before our flight. Day before I fly, so we go to San Diego. Well, we're driving there to San Diego, and we say, can we go to Mexico? And they were like, why not? They didn't bring their passports, they just had like IDs on them, but they thought that maybe it would work. So we're like, okay, cool. So we've been driving for about 20 minutes from where we started. So we're still in LA, like the outskirts of LA, still in Orange County, and all of a sudden we hear like this flat tire, like some boom, 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 boom. And we're like, oh no. So we pull into the hard shoulder, and tire's gone flat. Like of course it had to happen. And I said to my friend, I was like, do you reckon this is God? Like, do you reckon like someone doesn't want us to go to San Diego or even Mexico? Like if we were gonna get even to San Diego. And so that took up, quite a lot of time, because we had to wait for someone to, we literally had like a tow truck. And then we had to go at the garage and get it fixed. It didn't take as long as it would in the UK. Like, I feel like it was pretty speedy, but in the heat as well, it was too much. But it was very entertaining still. Because one of the guys just brought his skateboard and but anyway, I think it's because I didn't know many spots in San Diego. I feel like there is a lot to do in San Diego, and yeah, we just didn't really have the time for it, but because we just chilled on the beach. And we didn't go to Mexico either. Clearly, yeah, clearly not, because there was not enough time. And then we were like, oh, next time we'll go, next time we go. When I came back home, I told my brother that we were gonna go to Mexico. He looked on the map and he was like, hang on, so you would have gone to San Diego and gone over Mexican border, and you would have been in Tijuana. And I was like, okay, Tijuana, like, yeah. And he was like, that is one of the most dangerous cities in the world. I was like, no, you're joking. You are joking. He was like, no, I'm being serious. And he showed me, and it's like